your live, interactive coverage with Good Day Maine's Friday Favorites starts right now.
Good morning. We love that music.
I know, it's like a little rocking
It's
out.
fun.
It really does.
We
It
like
gets
the
you
music,
in the mood. It really
or is it
does.
just because it's Friday, you guys? What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know if I would like that music as much on a Monday.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the same ring to it.
It doesn't. It's Friday is where it's
I
at.
know.
got a
Happy
little disco
Friday.
beat to it, too,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're feeling good. And I don't know. I think it might be something also just about like the blue sky out there after the snow. It looks so nice outside.
Hallelujah.
Oh, gorgeous.
Yeah. Right? But it is very, very cold, Christian.
Yeah, I can confirm when I was out there earlier this morning, the difference with the wind, it just makes all the difference. Once those winds started picking up, that's when it really started to feel cold. And that's the case out there today. It's just going to be blustery. Not that it's especially frigid. It will be cold today, but the winds are just going to make it so much worse. And then tonight, of course, below zero temperatures. So it's going to be quite cold out there this weekend in Maine. Really one of the few cold weekends we've had all winter long.
I know. And I thought it was interesting because obviously we had the cold snap, but it was just so short-lived. You were
Is that
saying
what that was? A snap?
it was like a snap. It kind of felt like but it was crazy. But this is a longer stretch, you were saying.
And we can't
Yeah. So it
right
really
after
got
45 or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, so it really got cold yesterday, and it looks like it'll stay that way for at least the next week or so. And next week looks really cold and stormy out there. Yeah, I bet the ski resort's going to be very busy this weekend, but it's not going to be nice warm skiing like we've had most of the season. It's going to be cold out there in the teens both days at the ski resort, so just be aware of that if you are planning to head to the resorts this weekend. It's just going to be very cold out there, and there might be lift delays today. I'm thinking that's a concern with the winds out.
And we're seeing skiing and we're seeing the tubing parks. And, you know, even if the temperature's in the teens, when you're going down the mountain, you have the wind in your face.
Yeah.
It's cold for that, and I'm wearing a ski mask.
And that's why you never do skiing this time. Like, you wait until it gets a little warmer, right?
That's just me. We encourage people to go, you know,
I'm not calling you a baby. I'm not calling you a baby, but I'm just saying.
I like March. March
you have
to
a
me,
strategy.
March is the best. March is the best month, at least early March, for skiing. For me.
Yeah, you don't want to ski and be miserable, you know.
I know. It's so true. But I mean, we can handle it. It's just that we got to bundle up. I have the heated blanket, Christian. I pulled it out yesterday.
To go skiing with?
Yeah, no, that would be nice.
It's going to be used a lot, I bet, this weekend, Katie.
I think I will. I think I'm going to keep it around because it just, I don't know, it's cozy.
Well, your cat's big enough. You could cuddle with your cat.
I know. He's basically a heated blanket, actually, which is great. What are you thinking for the weekend, Christian?
Yeah, it's going to be a cold one. Let's bring up our forecast for today. Very chilly out there. We're going to only be in the 20s this afternoon. And with the winds blowing, it's going to only feel like the single digits and the teens out there. But today's the sunniest day of the next 3. So get out and enjoy the sunshine if you can. But of course, it is cold. So no one blames anybody if you're just staying inside all day. It's also a good day for that, too.
True. All
right, let's talk about the weekend. Of course, it's going to be very windy today, blustery out there, gusting up to 35 miles per hour through the afternoon. So that's going to keep us really cold. And then tonight, the winds die down a good bit, but with below zero temperatures, any wind, it just is painful. So that's what we're going to be dealing with tomorrow morning. Very cold temperatures and a little bit of a breeze. So tonight, -2 in Portland. We haven't been below zero, of course, since the brutal cold snap earlier this month, the true snap. -4 in Windham tonight, -7 up in Spago and the mountains as well, -6 in Rumford. So very cold as we head into tonight. Of course, with the fresh snowpack, 6 inches or so for most of us that we got yesterday and overnight, that is really going to help our temperatures fall as we head into the nighttime hours. But of course, the weekend forecast tomorrow looking very chilly, although the winds won't be bad tomorrow. Highs in the teens, and then Sunday, another, I'd say 1 to 3 inches of snow is on the way. So we're going to keep things looking very wintry here as we head into this weekend, Jeff and Katie.
Awesome. I'm just going to rattle off a couple of comments that we're getting. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Good morning, Terry and Susan. Cold and windy, that's for sure. A little wave to Shika. Thank you so much for watching. And Travis. Love when Travis tunes in from Limington.
Yeah, we remember.
Every single Friday.
I know. It's great. And Barbie, good morning from Sydney. Shoveled the snow. So fluffy. It almost shoveled itself. Now about the cold this weekend, I vote no. So I totally respect that, Barbie. But wasn't that nice about the snow being so light?
Yes, awesome about the snow being just so easy to remove, especially compared to all the other storms we've had this winter, which have been very wet, heavy snow for the most part. So it's nice to have an easy one this time around, and overall
Yeah.
amounts weren't all that bad. It wasn't like it was 2 feet of snow we were dealing with. It was right around a half foot for most, so a good one that wasn't too difficult to clean up and made it look more wintry once again.
I know.
I still spent probably about half hour, 45 minutes shoveling my driveway yesterday.
Yeah.
So it's still not fun.
No, not fun,
better,
but easier at least.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, we're going to talk about a couple other stories, Christian, and bring you back in a few minutes. Okay.
All right, sounds good. I will see you guys in a few.
Supposed to head out the door. What if he just
I know
sneaks out?
Christian's got plans today. Friday
My
plans.
sister, she's in town on the coldest weekend of the winter, it seems like. So yeah, we're gonna do lots of wintry fun activities.
I'm excited for that. All right, we'll check back in with you in a couple minutes. All righty, we're gonna remove Christian, and then this is a story that is really unfortunate. That has been getting a lot of traction online. This vandalism in Portsmouth, and we aired this a couple of days ago. I'm pretty sure police are still looking for the suspect here, but these hate-motivated crimes in Portsmouth, they found spray-painted symbols, including swastikas, and this happening in New Hampshire. I have a lot of friends in New Hampshire. I grew up in New Hampshire. Everyone is talking about this and how horrible it is.
And I mean, obviously, this isn't the first time something like this has happened, but it's just so bad. I mean, that's why I've been a big fan of like having so many surveillance cameras around to try to catch some of these people, because not only to put them in jail and fine them, make them take classes to get along with other people, but make them clean it up. Right. I mean, know. That's the one thing that's so annoying to me. I remember doing a story in downtown Portland on all the vandalism with the tagging. It's not really graffiti, it's tagging.
Right.
And then the store owners end up having to clean up the stuff. And then what's going on down in Portsmouth? I mean, it's hurtful, especially in a synagogue.
I know.
I mean, come on.
It's absolutely horrible and unnecessary and hateful. But some good news or a bright spot in the situation is the community has really come together to support each other. I know they had an impromptu event the other night. I believe today, actually, they were planning another short show of support. You could say, for the community, I think gathering flowers for those businesses that had been impacted.
Yeah, the coffee shop. So many people decided to go to Cup of Joe's to support them, and also to the synagogue as well. It doesn't matter if you're Jewish, if you're Muslim, or if you're Christian. This happens to all religions, some maybe more than others.
Yeah.
But let's come together and support each other, and also try to catch these people and try to teach them not to hate. Be nice, right? It shouldn't be that difficult to be nice. And this is one of those stories. I can't stand it. And I just wish some way this whole hate thing, I know they're trying to get hate crimes on this. It just needs to stop.
You're not the only one that feels that way. I've seen so many people talking about this on social media and spreading on Instagram, especially the surveillance photo. Let's try and help to find this person. Again, I'm looking at our web script. So the community is planning to deliver flowers to those affected by the vandalism today as a show of support and resilience. So sometimes, unfortunately, it takes an event like this to really bring people together.
And here's the deal. If you can't recognize because they're covering up their face, or if they have a mask on or whatever, or a bandana, at least look and see what kind of hoodie they're wearing, see what kind of jeans they're wearing, whatever. So instead of just, obviously these guys covered up their face, but let's try to catch these guys and try to put all this hateful stuff to an end.
Yeah. So if you have any information, let police know. Absolutely. Portsmouth is such a beautiful. I was just there last weekend. It's so great.
It's just horrible, no matter what community. I mean, and then when I go to a cemetery and I see this happen at Jewish cemeteries too, and it's just no, in our society, let's just stop it. Okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't we all get along, please?
Exactly. All right, let's move on to a happier story. I would say the big lotto winner finally coming forward. It wasn't us. But doesn't it feel just like good to know that someone didn't lose their ticket and they're claiming their prize? Yeah. I just feel like it's like there's resolution now.
We were like nervous because this happened on January 13th, so this is a month. And
this is not the winner, by the way. No. Just so you know.
The winner decided to do it.
That's the gas station owner.
Yeah, which by the way, they got $50,000.
Yes, wonderful.
But again, the good news is that that you could be anonymous. You could do an LLC. Take the money in cash, and that's what this person did. And that's something I'd love to find out from people. If they would want to have their name public, if they like the limelight, the spotlight, they want to be at the press conference holding the big check.
Right.
Woo!
Okay.
Or kind of right off in the sunset.
Yeah, let us know, those tuning in. I see Diane. Good morning. Terry from Westbrook. Andre, good morning. Let us know what you would do with the lottery winnings, and also if you would choose to remain anonymous. 100% I would remain anonymous.
Oh. Absolutely.
I mean, you just don't want to open that up.
I wouldn't even tell my kids. And my kids would be going, Dad, why are we going to Europe again?
Yeah, exactly. This is your 5th house that you purchased. What's going on?
And here's the other thing that we want to talk about is that this is for $1.35 billion. The cash amount was like 730 or something like that. So here's the crazy part: how much taxes are taken out.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to put my reading glasses on.
Okay.
I'm an old guy now. But so talk about a windfall for a state like Maine. So after $723 million, the taxes that Maine is going to get from this. $51 million.
Wow.
I mean, think about it. There's maybe about a million residents here. That could give everybody in the state, some money or whatever.
Yeah.
Give us some more checks when it comes to energy, like the $450.
Right.
$51 million went to the state, and for the federal government gets $173 million out of this too.
That's amazing.
So the store's the winner with $50,000.
Yep.
The feds, the state, so they're all getting a windfall from this, which is kind of cool. And of course, we can't forget about the person. Which, by the way, just so you know, the total amount that they get, the check that are maybe it's not a check. It's just going to appear.
It was being wired to their bank account.
So I think today they're going to have this money wired. They're going to get a total of after taxes and taking in cash $498 million.
That's outrageous. It's so crazy.
So
and the fact that it was sold in Maine.
Yeah.
I would travel for probably a year all over the world first.
Yeah.
And then I would buy properties maybe in my favorite spots that I visited, something like that. Terry says she would share it and pay off debt and stay anonymous.
Terry, don't forget about us.
I know. Travis would remain anonymous. Oh, buy a condo in Florida. That sounds great. Yeah, you got to have somewhere warm, right? What about you? What would you do?
Not Florida. Let's go big or go home, like a Tahiti or some Caribbean island or something, right?
The Maldives. That sounds nice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would obviously. I got a whole treasure trove of kids, so I'd share with kids and.
Share with family.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, I'd give away a bunch, to some of the local charities I help out and work with. But same thing. Travel. I mean, it's all about experiences. I could care less about a big house and all that, but it would be fun to kind of have a home in a. Some kind of warm climate, but really help out your friends and family.
You know what else I'd like to do? I've thought about this before, is like open up a cafe or something. I don't know, like just something that I like. Like I love cafes, I love breweries, something like that. Like why not just like start something that, I don't know, that's yours.
It was funny. We were talking about this, me and a good friend of mine and the kids, that my dream is to open up a dog park that has a bar.
Oh, perfect.
Like to be out like a big field that has lots of room for the dogs to run around in, so they can't get away. And would you be able to have drinks at like an outdoor bar and have it inside as well?
That's a great idea.
And I just thought that'd be kind of cool. That was my idea for a business model.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. You just have to win the lottery and then you can make it happen, right?
Exactly. You'd be there for opening night too.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. All right, let's talk sports. That's another big thing that has gotten buzz this week, because I've been calling it the bonanza. It's like a bonanza, right?
I mean, Monday they had 11 state tournament high school basketball games. Of course, this is state tournament week, really. And then they had I think 7 hockey games on Monday. A couple of state championships when it comes to skiing. I think both at Fort Kent. Also, we have wrestling, indoor track, and swimming. So let me tell you, it's winter vacation, but not for a lot of the athletes and parents and coaches and everything else like that.
Yeah, they've been so busy.
Oh yeah. And a lot of people take the day off to go watch the events. I mean, a lot of folks have been going to the Augusta Civic Center for years to watch the games. They're also at the Cross Insurance Center in Bangor, and the Cross Insurance Arena in Portland, at the Portland Expo too. Every kind of sport you can imagine out there. And basketball seems to get the most press, but we also had a great story about a wrestler.
Here she is.
Let me tell you about her. This is the first
she's amazing.
First time in the state, like girls were allowed to be on wrestling teams, but they had to wrestle against the boys and with boys. But this girl right here, they finally have a girls division in the state of Maine. And this was Ocean High School junior Maddie Ripley. She pinned her opponent from Wells in the 106-pound Class B championship. And basically, her name is in the record book. She's the first girl to ever win a state title.
Yep.
Again, she pinned her opponent from Wells in 1 minute 44 seconds. And here's the cool part about it. We're going to see it coming up here. Her brother is a state champion as well, and they grew up wrestling each other.
And didn't he also win on Saturday?
And they both won state championships.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
Asia, a reporter, got the chance to sit down with her and talk to her. And the one thing she talked about is how they used to wrestle growing up as kids. And I know we had a great video or picture of them side by side when they were little. It was
I think 3 years old. I have we have it here. I can show you actually here. Let me share the screen here. Share screen.
There we go. Let's see if you
Here we
can-
go.
Boom.
So how cute is
How
that?
cute.
That's Maddie and Gavin Ripley. They've been wrestling since they were 3 years old. Isn't that so cool?
Yeah. And, hey, congratulations. And
Yeah.
also, I think it's awesome that they finally, now it's great seeing the girls go up against the boys, but it's awesome that they have a girls division now. So hopefully that'll inspire more girls to take part in wrestling. That might be, I mean, some of them might be a little intimidated to go against the boys. And so this is great. They have a girls division now. Then hopefully, again, more and more girls will take part in wrestling because I'll tell you what, that's a sport that you have to be in shape for. I remember when I played basketball, the basketball coach would always go, you want to see guys that work out, the athletes, watch the wrestling team.
Oh my gosh.
So, congratulations.
Yes. Such an honor for her. And she's talking about, looking ahead to college and things like that. And she hopes to inspire other girls. And I think that she has done that for sure.
And she's going to participate, she said, in the New England Championships too. So again, it's the junior. She has another year to Maddie Ripley. Maybe she'll make it 2 years in a row next year.
Amazing. Okay, so why don't we end with this? And let's bring Christian back in for our poll of the day. How about we bring Christian in?
He didn't go. He's still hanging around.
We're going to share our screen. Bear with me. Question of the day. So I have to vote in order to see the results. So it's a very important holiday, unofficial holiday today. National Tortilla Chip Day.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to know what everyone's favorite dip is, and then we're going to see what the percentages are at. So is it salsa, guacamole, queso, or bean dip? Christian, what's your vote?
It's so hard to pick between salsa and queso. I'm going to have to go with salsa, though, because there's just so many variations. I love a green salsa, red salsa, chunky, smooth, salsa just so many nice variations. But at a Mexican restaurant, there's nothing more that I love than dip the chip in the queso and then dip it in the salsa too. The combination, my favorite thing.
Yes. Okay. I've actually never done that before, and it makes total sense and sounds delicious. So I'm going to do that next time.
Wait a minute, is that double dipping now?
Not if you haven't taken a bite yet.
Okay.
I guess technically
you haven't taken a bite, and
but
you just have to be careful.
Yes.
And it's the best when they give you like one big thing of salsa and you can each pour it in your own bowl.
There you go.
That way you're not messing up anyone else's salsa or queso.
Yeah, we're serious about our salsa. Jeff?
Oh, I'm serious about the guacamole.
Okay.
And, it helps that my daughter works at a Mexican restaurant in town, so she'll bring me home like some of the guacamole.
And they have the best guac too.
I know, she works at Taco Escort. Not to. But hey, I got to go with guacamole. And it's funny, right when you brought that up, I just read it, and I felt my stomach. I mean, seriously, because all I had was a banana and an apple today, and I'm looking at that going, man,
banana and apples don't compare to tortilla chips.
Yeah, so I'm team guacamole all the way. What
all
about
right,
you?
we've got. I'm going to go with team salsa. So that's what I'm going to vote on because we have the majority saying salsa. So let's see what other people are voting for.
Salsa's the winner.
Salsa's in the lead, 42% behind, and then guac's behind at 35. Then queso at 15, and then bean dip. I got to say, when I was in Costa Rica, we went on a sail. And there was a chef on board who made this amazing bean dip, and I will never forget that. But that was the only bean dip that I ever really tried.
We went on a cruise last spring, me and my kids, and they had a guacamole class that we took. And you know what the key? And I tried this at a Super Bowl party, right? So I did we did the avocado, obviously, and some lime, some onions, some tomatoes. But the secret that I put in there, I put just a little. Okay. I say just a little bit, maybe a little more than a little bit of tequila. That was the key in Mexico where I was at. They made the guacamole so good. So all the friends at my Super Bowl party were like, "Man, this is really good. What's in it?" I said, "Tequila."
A few bowls of tequila guac later, and everyone's very happy.
This game is really good.
This is great. I love that though. I mean, something about chips and salsa / guacamole and a margarita. And it was also National Margarita Day earlier this week. So we've really been.
It's just like Mexican restaurant week or something.
Yeah, I know.
I'm disappointed that queso isn't getting the love that it deserves.
I do agree with you.
It's so good.
Yeah, Travis hasn't voted yet. So Travis, make sure and vote. And everybody, we have this poll up on our website. So yeah, it's just like a fun Friday themed poll.
We're all about fun on Good Day Maine.
We are. All right, Christian, let's get another little check of our weekend, see if it's going to be good tortilla chip weather.
Oh, it is. And queso is the only one of those options that is normally hot.
Right.
So, chips and queso.
Yep.
Although, can't go wrong with some salsa or guacamole either. But temperatures are going to be cold this weekend. I hope you're prepared for below zero temperatures tonight teens for highs tomorrow with mainly cloudy skies, and then a round of snow on Sunday with highs back in the 20s. And that one could bring maybe 1 to 3 inches for us here, but not looking like anything significant. But definitely a winter theme to this weekend. So if you're going skiing or just want to be outdoors at any time over the next couple days, you'll want to be bundled up for sure.
Well, it's funny. Katie and I talk about this all the time. It's like every now and then, like on a weekend, it's kind of nice to have a really big storm or rain or be really cold. Then it gives you an excuse to stay indoors and do nothing.
And rest and relax.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's the cold. You know what? We'll use the cold as our excuse this weekend.
Exactly.
So totally fine. Awesome. All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. Have a great Friday and just treat yourself this weekend, right?
Or do nothing. I'm really good at doing nothing.
I'm very good at that.
My kids, they go, my favorite quote, there's nothing wrong with doing nothing at all.
Nothing at all. But if you have plans, just bundle up and it'll be fine, right, Christian?
Exactly. And enjoy this nice little somewhat quiet stretch of weather here today through Monday of next week, because it looks like by Tuesday, we'll be in storm coverage mode again, covering yet another winter storm. And that one has the potential to maybe bring much bigger amounts than what we just saw over the past couple of days. So enjoy the quiet stretch here, because it looks very wintry next week, that's for sure.
All right, we'll brace for that, and we'll have much more on that on Monday on Good Day Maine.
Starting at 4:30.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Molly.